everyone. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope that, it's been a long weekend, hasn't it? Because of Children's Day. Isn't that nice? And I hope you all don't forget that tomorrow is Parents' Day. So don't forget to get carnations for your mom or dad. Maybe a little present, maybe a little gift. Anything would be nice. We're back. Hello, everyone in the live chat. If this is your first time watching our YouTube classes, this is participatory. You can participate, but in the live chat. Whatever you type in the live chat, I will respond to. I will answer any of your questions, and I will be asking you some questions. So, today's topic is AI. So first, what does AI stand for? Can you tell me in the live chat, what does AI stand for? I'll be waiting for your answer. What does AI stand for? Anybody? AI. Everyone can hear me, right? I hope so. Okay, great. In the live chat, we have Hyewon Jun saying artificial intelligence. That is correct. So we are talking about artificial intelligence today. Now, of course, artificial means not natural. It's not something that naturally happens. Our intelligence is not artificial because we are biological animals. We are living things. But it gets a little bit tricky because maybe AI will be considered a living thing in the future. It's kind of a gray area. So first, let's look at a few a few quotations about artificial intelligence before we move on. This is the venerable Stephen Hawking. He was a very, very, very famous scientist. And this is what he said about AI. The genie is out of the bottle. We need to move forward on artificial intelligence development. But we also need to be mindful of its very real dangers. I fear that AI may replace humans altogether. Now, when he says the genie is out of the bottle, the genie is out of the bottle, we can say this in a few different ways in English. We can say the genie is out of the bottle. We can say the cat is out of the bag. Both of these phrases mean, let me write this in the live chat, something has happened that cannot be reversed. So basically, when you let a genie out of the bottle, you can't push the genie back into the bottle. And when you let a cat out of a bag, if you have put a cat into a bag and it gets out, it's going to be very difficult, almost impossible, to put that cat back in a bag. So these things, it means something has happened and we can't go back. AI exists. We cannot return to a world where AI does not exist. It's too late. The cat is out of the bag. The genie is out of the bottle. But he also says at the very end, I fear that AI may replace humans altogether. He is scared of artificial intelligence. He was scared of artificial intelligence. Another person is scared of artificial intelligence. Elon Musk. All of you know him as the CEO of Tesla, I believe. Is he the CEO? Maybe not the CEO. I'm not sure. Maybe the main shareholder. Yes, he says, I'm increasingly inclined to think that there should be some regulatory oversight. That means that people in the government should be watching, should be checking, monitoring. Maybe at the national and international level, just to make sure that we don't do something very foolish. I mean, with artificial intelligence, we're summoning the demon. So he says that there should be some rules about developing artificial intelligence to make sure that we don't do something very, very foolish, very stupid. And at the end, he says, I mean, with artificial intelligence, we're summoning the demon. So to summon a demon, of course, is something from hell. It's a very bad thing. And when you summon it, it's like using magic to bring a demon to life. And that's what he sees AI. He sees AI like a demon. That's what he pictures it as, something very, very bad, not a good thing, which is strange because we think about AI as good things. I mean, you use AI every single day, even if you don't know about it. The most obvious AI, in the live chat, what AI do you use? Maybe not every day. I'll tell you the AI that you use every day in a minute. But what is the AI that you use that you know, oh, this is AI. I am using AI right now. What AI do you use right now? Siri, Heewon Jun says Siri. Yes, Siri and Alexa are both AI. Siri is a well-known one. Siri's, yes, the AI that's able to control your phone and other devices. Probably Siri and Alexa are the most well-known AI. When we hear the word AI, artificial intelligence, we think of Siri. But I don't know about you. I have an iPhone. I don't use Siri that often. I very rarely use Siri. Oh wait, Hyunju Kim says, excuse me, but there are some background noises. Thank you. What background noise? Well, what do you hear? Just a moment. I'm not sure what background noises you're hearing. I have a fan for white noise to make it a little bit less noisy because my family is in the other room, so I'm trying to keep it kind of quiet, but it's not always easy. I don't know what other noise you could be hearing. Mic box, maybe. Wait, let me try something. TV. There's no TV. I don't know why you hear TV. Let's see. Is that better? Is that a little bit better? Can you hear me now? A little bit better? Maybe? Tiny bit? I switched microphones. Is that better? I'm waiting for an answer. Better. Awesome. Cool. Okay. I have two microphones and sometimes I get them mixed up. Okay. Awesome. 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 Okay. So I don't know about you. I don't use Siri every day. I almost never use Siri. But like you, I use AI every day because I use YouTube. Maybe you use Facebook, Naver. Maybe you use navigation in your car. If you use the internet during the day, you're using AI, even if you don't know it. When you look on YouTube, YouTube recommends the recommended videos by YouTube. That's all artificial intelligence recommending you videos. When you get in your car and you choose a route, you choose, I want to go here. Give me the directions to go here. The directions are chosen by AI. It's all artificial intelligence. On Facebook, the recommended posts that they show you, all the recommended stuff is AI. When you search on Naver or Google and you get advertisements, and the advertisements are very strangely perfect for you. These are the kinds of things that you need. That's AI. All AI. Even if you don't know it. If you look at YouTube during the day, you're using AI. Even if you don't know it. AI is all around us and constantly working, and we're just not even aware of it most of the time. I don't think artificial intelligence is cute. Artificial intelligence right now is fine. It's okay. It's good. It helps us. But I am like Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk, and I fear what artificial intelligence could become in the future. I really do. Do you still hear me? Yeah. Did you hear me? Oh, that's really strange. You can hear me now, right? Oh, that is really strange. What is happening? Okay, I'm not sure why my computer is doing this. Wow, this is really odd. I think I'm gonna have to use this microphone a little bit. Okay, I think we're gonna have to do this. Let's try this again. Okay, a little bit different microphone. So if it sounds a little bit different, I'm sorry. It's just my computer's being really strange. Okay, who is this in the picture? Who is this robot, this artificial intelligence? Do you know who this is? Very different from this robot, right? This one looks very cute. This one does not look very cute. Who is this? Do you know? Anybody? Okay, I'll wait for your answers. The first question we already kind of answered. When I say artificial intelligence, what do you think of? We think of Siri, right? We think of Alexa, but there's lots of other artificial intelligence that we use every day. And yeah, Isabel in the live chat says Terminator. Yep, that is Terminator, the T-1000. He was not a good example of artificial intelligence. He was a killing machine. So yeah, that's kind of the scary image of what artificial intelligence can be. Okay, my next question, important question. Do you think artificial intelligence will ever be smarter than humans? Do you think that in the future, I mean, Siri is smart. Siri is not like a human. You can't ask Siri anything. Siri can't talk to you like a conversation. But do you think that in the future, oh my goodness, my microphones are crazy again. Sorry, I'm having crazy problems with my microphone. That should be better. Sorry, my microphones are going crazy today. Okay, what was I talking about? Do you think that artificial intelligence will ever be smarter than humans? I don't know about you, but I think it will be. I think in the near future, artificial intelligence will be smarter than humans, and that will be a scary, scary day. Hiwon Jun says, depends on the area. Some he can do better, others not. Yeah, artificial intelligence can do some things better. That's a good example. Like playing chess or playing Go. Computers are much better at games than we are. They will beat us every time in chess or things like that. But in actual, EJ1 says, they are already smarter than us. Chungdaon76, yes, I think it's just a matter of time. AI will get smarter than human, and that scares me. It should scare you. It scares me too. Yes, I think, okay, we need to define something. There is general artificial intelligence and more specific artificial intelligence. When we say that AI is smarter than us now, that's specific artificial intelligence. It doesn't really count. Like, yes, a computer can beat me at chess. A computer can beat me at Go. It is smarter than me at that game, but it can do nothing else. It can't talk to me. It cannot do math problems. It cannot speak languages. It cannot tell stories. It can only do one thing, and that's it. That's not a good example of general artificial intelligence. I think that in the future, general artificial intelligence like Siri would be still kind of a specific, but something like Siri could become smarter than us. That would be scary. What movies have you seen about artificial intelligence? I mean, Terminator is a good example. Terminator is a good example of artificial intelligence. I'll tell you my favorite movie in just a moment. What movies have you seen about artificial intelligence? Anybody in the live chat? HAL 9000. I don't think that's the name of the movie. That's the name of the robot. HAL 9000 is from, oh, what is the name of the movie? What is the name of the movie? HAL 9000. That's from Space Odyssey, I think, is the name of the movie. It's an old movie. Wow, it's a classic. Yeah, that's a classic movie. My favorite movie, Her. Oh, Jung Dawn, Her. That is a great movie. If you've never seen it, what an awesome, strange, amazing movie. Her, with Joaquin Phoenix. I like Matrix. I love The Matrix. Matrix is a good example of artificial intelligence. Minority Report. Yes, that is that artificial intelligence? But I think Minority Report is using people, like people with special brain powers. I'm not sure if that's using robots and machines. I can't remember. A K-drama called Na Hola Gude. It's about a hologram AI. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to check that out because I like sci-fi stuff. Okay, these are some great examples. Wow, you guys know your AI movies. And are you optimistic or pessimistic about artificial intelligence? Personally, I am pessimistic. Noob is real. Iron Man. Ooh, good example. Yeah. What's the name of the AI in Iron Man? Well, there's a few different AI. There's a Jarvis is original. Then his second machine is Friday. But then there's what's his name? That becomes a robot. I can't remember. Yeah, there's a few different examples of AI in the Avengers movies. Okay, let's see. Hyewon Jun says they're pessimistic. They'll get rid of humanity in the end. Yeah, it's kind of scary. Doctor Strange. Oh, I haven't seen the new Doctor Strange movie. Don't tell me. Let's see. Let's look at a few different vocabulary words, a few different terms that I'm going to be using, because these are important to understanding AI. So, machine learning. This is the use of computer systems that are able to learn without exact instructions. So these are machines that you can give it kind of general directions and they will try to do it. And each time they do it, they get better and better and better. An example of this is, I wish I could show you videos on this. There was a scientist who spoke on TED, and she was showing that she had a computer, almost like a computer game. And she told the AI, build a robot in the game that can move from A to B. I just want it to walk or move from A to B. And so the AI tries to generate and make this machine or something that can move. It tries to use wheels, it tries to use legs, it makes lots of mistakes, but every time it learns better and better and better and better. So machine learning is when we give a machine general instructions, like I want you to move from A to B, but we don't tell it how to do it. We don't tell it exactly how. The machine has to learn by itself how to accomplish the goal. And that is machine learning. I'm not a scientist, but I use machine learning for some art. I do some art online, and you can use AI machine learning art machines. They're a little bit hard to set up, but I can basically give the AI a picture, like a picture of me, for example, and I can tell it, make it look like a robot. And the AI will transform and change the photo so the person looks like a robot. It doesn't work every time. It can look really weird, but sometimes it does a really good job. And it's pretty cool watching it learn. Yes, if you're interested in trying and learning AI art because it's fun, look for this on YouTube. Look on YouTube for VQGAN art. That is a type of AI art generation machine that I use too. It's fun. Okay, so that is machine learning. We also have big data. Big data is extremely large data sets that can be analyzed to reveal patterns. So one thing that computers and AI are better at than us is analyzing large amounts of data. So we can give it millions of pages of documents that would take you or me forever to read. And the AI can analyze it very quickly and find patterns. And yeah, that's a lot of companies use big data for advertising, who to advertise to, when is the best time to advertise, things like that. Politicians use big data for getting votes for, again, advertising to people. Yeah, big data is used a lot in the advertising world to just learn about people, when they get on their computer, what they're looking for on their computer, their shopping habits. It can find these patterns and help the users target customers better. That's an example of big data that AI is very good at doing. Chatbots. A chatbot is a computer program designed to simulate conversation with human users, especially over the internet. Now, chatbots, I'm sure you've used a chatbot, and you know that you've used one. If you maybe use your bank app, your Sinhan Bank or Uri Bank or Hana Bank, and I don't know if you use the chat function, it's usually a robot first, giving you options, trying to talk to you, and then you can choose to talk to a person later if you want. But there are chatbots that are so good that it's hard to know if you're talking to a person or a robot. And people online will like ask the other person, say, can you say this word, say this bad word, like a curse word. I'm not going to say it on YouTube, but say this curse word for me to show me that you're a real person. And they'll say it, and then they know it's a real person because the robot's not allowed to say it. So yeah, it's getting increasingly more difficult to know if you're talking to a real person or a chatbot. Sometimes they are getting quite advanced, which is a little bit scary. Speech to text, this is a very common AI that, I mean, again, you've used it and you didn't even know you used it. If you watch YouTube, you're watching YouTube right now, so I assume you watch YouTube sometime. This video, for example, after this video is finished and it's uploaded and anybody can watch it anytime, YouTube will use AI to automatically generate subtitles. 영어자막 will be automatically at the bottom. Nobody makes that. That's made by AI. They're not always perfect, but if I speak slowly and very clearly, the AI usually gets it pretty close, very close to being almost perfectly right. If I have a very strong accent, or if I speak very quickly or use lots of slang, the AI doesn't understand as well and will make mistakes. But yeah, this video is an example. This video will have artificial intelligence applied to it later to automatically generate subtitles. So yeah, that's an interesting use case that will happen soon as I'm done with this video. That is speech to text. Image recognition. Yeah, you have helped AI learn. Even if you don't know it, you're helping AI learn. If you have been to a website where it says, we need to confirm, we need to know that you're not a robot. Choose, there's like 9 pictures. Which pictures have a car in them? These pictures have a car in them. Or which pictures have a bicycle in them? You have to choose. You're helping AI learn. That's what that is. You're testing the AI and you're helping it see the cars or the bicycles. So next time the AI is smarter. Each time you do a test like that, you're helping the AI. You're improving it. Yeah, so image recognition is something that AI has a very difficult time with, but it's getting better and better and better. One thing that's what makes Teslas great, or arguably good. There's many bad things about Tesla, but Tesla can recognize the cars around it. That's why it can do the auto drive, the autopilot feature, because there's so many cameras that can see where other cars are. Yeah, so that's nice. Okay, so that's another thing that AI can do. Now I really want to talk about this. The singularity. Now you can see this chart on the screen, and we have the I believe the y-axis is intelligence, the x-axis is time, and we can see human intelligence and AI intelligence. The singularity is the point at which artificial intelligence becomes equal to human intelligence. That is the singularity. It is when AI catches up with human intelligence. That's what we refer to as the singularity. And the singularity scares me. It really, really scares me for many reasons. Because if you see in that chart, you can see that human intelligence is going up slowly, very slowly over time. But AI intelligence improves very, very quickly, exponentially, we say. It goes up very, very, very quickly. What will happen when AI gets smarter than us? Or what could happen? What do you think might happen when AI gets smarter than humans? When the singularity happens? What are the good things? What are the bad things that might happen? Because there might be good things, there might be bad things. What do you think? I really want to focus on this topic right now, because the singularity is a very interesting topic that has been explored in some movies and books. Let's see, I'm waiting for the live chat. Nubis Real says they might control us. Yeah, they might. That's very true. They might control us. Yeah. Anybody else? They will dominate us like slaves, says EJ1. One day AI will govern us, Isabel says. I think governing us is actually, that's an optimistic viewpoint. That's very optimistic. I think actually, in some ways, AI governing us would be much, much, much better than what we have right now. I mean, our system right now is terrible. I mean, I don't want to talk about politics, but our politicians, our presidents in America, Korea, other places, not doing a great job. Yeah, not helping the regular people. The economy, not very good right now. A lot of people are suffering. There's wars, Russia and Ukraine. There's yeah, it's not good the way that we have now. Maybe in the future, if AI governs us, if AI makes all the big decisions, maybe things will be better. Maybe they will make smarter decisions, like getting rid of global change, global climate change, like global warming. I bet AI could help us with that a lot. I bet AI could solve poverty problems. I bet AI could help the economy. It could help a lot of things. It could be very, 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 very good. But it could be very, 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 very bad. Let me go to the live chat. Let me see what I missed. Hyun Jun says, I'm not sure what it means. Is it uniqueness? What do you mean the uniqueness? The singularity, you mean? Singularity is just the point. Like, I'll go back to that slide. It's just that point, that singular one point where AI becomes smarter than us. That is, it's an event. The singularity is an event where AI becomes smarter than us. Let's see. Unju Shin says, pro, they can help us get as smart as them. Con, they can take away our freedom. What freedom? I don't think you have as much freedom as you think you do right now, especially if you're in the U.S. Not doing so great. Korea, a little bit better. But yeah, freedom, yes. I think other bad things could happen too, and I'll touch on those in a second. Isabel says that's an interesting point. EJ1 says, laugh out loud. AI doesn't have greed, so that would be better. Doesn't have greed yet. Yet. We're talking about when AI gets smarter than us. If AI gets smarter than us, it could have emotions. It could decide, that it wants to preserve itself. That's what I'm scared of. We could have AI that gets smarter than us, that is good AI and wants to help humans. That would be good. But we might have AI that is just emotionless. And if you have AI that is emotionless, that's a problem. I'll give you an example, okay? Let me give you an example of AI that is emotionless. And this is not my example. I read this somewhere. But this is AI, emotionless AI that just does what it's told. Remember I talked before about machine learning? And machine learning is, you tell the machine the goal. I want you to move from A to B. You don't tell it how to accomplish the goal. It learns by itself. Now, if we tell AI, a very, very smart AI, and we give it lots of power, lots of control, it can like make its own robots, it can make its own medicine, it can make its own TV show, it can do lots of things on the internet. If we tell this AI, make people smile more. I want you to make people smile more. This world is a sad place, and your only purpose, your only goal, AI, is to make people smile more. Now, a good AI might try to produce funny videos. It might try to develop new anti-depression medicine for people to be happier. It might try to improve the economy, to make people less worried about money. It might try to end wars so people are not dying in pointless wars. It could try to do all of these good things to make people smile more. That would be a good AI. A bad AI could say, oh, make people smile more? Okay. And it just produces lots of robots that come into your house and grab your lips and make you smile. Just the robots grab you, make everyone smile. Everyone has a robot on their face that forces them to smile 24 hours a day. It accomplished its goal. Everyone in the world is smiling all the time, 24 hours a day. Good job, AI robot. You made everyone smile. That's the problem, is that AI might interpret what we want it to do in the wrong way. That's kind of a scary thing. And that's a funny example, but it could get much, much, much worse. They could just decide that, you know what? Humans are destroying the earth. In my house, if I have ants, gimme ants in my kitchen. I don't want ants in my kitchen. The ants are eating my food. I'm going to poison all of the ants so there's no more ants. Maybe the AI will see us like ants. There are these humans on my earth. They're hurting the earth. Get rid of humans. Problem solved. These are the problems, that if an AI has too much power and too much intelligence, we're doomed. We're doomed. That's yeah, let me read the live chat. Let's see. Nubis Real, I guess they might solve the problem that humans can't in some ways. Yeah, AI can solve problems. Like, again, scientists are using AI in amazing ways for gene therapy, DNA therapy, for finding new cures for cancer, things like this, cures for other diseases. It's pretty amazing what AI is working on. There are definitely good things. Hyewon Jun says, the point is, who has the ownership? If it's a good guy or a bad guy? Yeah, who's developing the AI? That's part of it, definitely. Isabel says that's a philosophical question that you talked about freedom. Yeah, it's philosophical. Trying to stay away from the philosophy. Hiwan Jun, I think some pets can do better work than AI for the lonely. Yeah, pets are good for. Again, yeah, this is lots of debate stuff. Right now, pets are good for lonely people. AI could be good for lonely people in the future. AI can do lots of good things. AI can also be used in many bad ways. That's why a lot of people, like Stephen Hawking, for example, was really fighting for regulation, laws about developing AI. And one of the biggest laws that they want, that doesn't exist right now, is that if you're developing AI, you should develop AI on a computer that has zero access to the internet. You should not develop AI on a computer that has access to the internet. Because if it happened in the Avengers movies, in Iron Man, what's the name of that movie? One of the robots, the AI, got onto the internet, and then it was everywhere. And they couldn't stop it because it was on every computer. Once it gets on the internet, it learns super fast, faster than we can ever believe. We can't get rid of it, and it could do anything. You have to think that everything is connected to the internet. Nuclear missiles are connected to the internet. If the AI could access those, humans are gone if it decided. This is where it gets scary, and people don't think about it. But AI could get so smart, so fast. Yes, right now AI is not as smart as humans. Maybe in 10 or 20 years it will be. But remember that curve? It goes up very, very, very quickly. Maybe it will take 10 more years for computers to be as smart as us, but maybe after that it will only take a week for AI to be 1,000 times smarter than us. It grows very, very fast, and that is the scary part. Okay, let's move on. So we talked about the good things and bad things, and this is a good thing. What is a utopia? It's an imaginary place where everything is perfect. In a utopia, there are no problems. There's very little sickness. Everyone has enough money. There's no poor people. Life is good. And yes, AI could help us achieve this. AI could help us achieve a utopia. And in many ways, AI is helping us. AI is, like I said, helping us get rid of some diseases or learn new medicines for diseases. AI it can be used to create a utopia. It can be. But it can also be used to create a dystopia, an imaginary place in which society is broken, desperate, and unfair. And this is closer to our world right now. We're in more of a dystopia than a utopia. One place where AI is used very frequently is the stock market, like the New York Stock Exchange. If you buy stocks or sell stocks, you're not using AI. But the big companies, they use AI for something called high-speed stock exchange, like the high-speed stuff that happens faster than a second. They're buying and selling things. They use AI for that. And it's created a problem in the US and Korea, definitely in Korea too. But in the US, it's very easy to see that there are rich people and there are poor people. And the rich people are way richer than the poor people. I don't think that people understand. You can't understand how rich someone like Jeff Bezos is. You can't understand it. He is unbelievably, unimaginably rich. And he got rich from many different ways, but he definitely used AI in his algorithms for buying and selling stocks and selling products and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with having money, but having that much money, I would argue, is a problem and creates a dystopia where you have a few people who are very, very, very rich, and most of the people don't have enough. Society is broken, desperate, and unfair. Let's see. Yeah, Isabel says dystopia sounds more realistic. Well, it's more realistic because we've never known a utopia. None of us have lived in a utopia. We've lived in a dystopia all of our lives. Yeah, economically and politically, dystopia. Skynet. Skynet is the fictional, not real, artificial superintelligence system that becomes the villain, the bad guy in the Terminator movies. That if you've ever watched the old Terminator movies, Skynet is the AI that becomes smart and develops and makes the Terminator robots. Now, why am I teaching you about Skynet? Because it is actually, yes, it's from a movie, a very old movie. It's not real. Wasn't real. But people use it now. We use it just as a noun. We use it to refer to something that looks safe but could become dangerous in the future. It's a Skynet. Like that system could be a Skynet. Yes, it's nice now, but in the future it could be very bad. So we do actually use it as a noun now. And there's a company, I believe in Europe, that is developing AI, and they named themselves Skynet because they thought it was funny. So there is a real company named Skynet developing AI. I'm sure nothing bad will happen with that. I'm sure that's perfectly fine. Nothing bad will happen. Okay, let's look at this. Discussion 2. We talked about some examples of AI in everyday life. We talked about the YouTube algorithm. We talked about, GPS and advertising. We talked a little bit about this, but I want to talk more. What are some things that AI is better at than humans right now? Right now, what is AI better at doing than humans? I mentioned playing chess, playing Go. What else? What else is AI better at doing than humans? I want to hear in the live chat what you have to think. I'll wait. I'll go back to the slide so you can read it. What are some things that AI is better at than humans? Hyewon Jun says calculating and math. Isabel says cargo driver. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, these new cars that can drive by themselves, that will very soon they will definitely be better than humans. They might be better than humans now. I'm not sure about it. Yeah, calculating, math, cargo driver, anything that has to be done 24 hours a day, because humans have to sleep. Robots don't. Robots and AI never has to sleep. They can just keep doing it. Hyunju Kim says planting seeds. Really? What AI plants seeds? Is there like a machine that plants seeds? I don't know about this. That sounds like a very peaceful AI, planting seeds. Yeah, Noob is real. Working 24 hours a day. Definitely better at humans than that. Yep. Anything else? Drones. Ooh, yeah, interesting. The drones that can fly by themselves. That's pretty cool. Dangerous jobs that humans can't do. Very interesting. Good. Yeah, there are definitely lots of dangerous jobs that humans can't do. Speaking of that, I have a show recommendation for you, a TV show if you've never seen it. You need HBO to watch this, but very interesting. Chernobyl. If you've never seen the TV show Chernobyl, it's only 5 episodes long. There's only 5 episodes. There's no season 2, season 3. It's only 5 episodes. It's a very, very, very interesting look at technology and what can go wrong, and using machines to do things that are too dangerous for humans. It's very interesting. Ian Suk says we don't have to pay them. So yeah, that's good. Don't have to pay robots. They just do it. You just need to give them electricity and they will do the job. You have to pay people to develop the robots though, but once the robots are developed, you don't have to pay them. Okay, which jobs do you think AI will replace in the next 20 or 30 years? So in the next 20 or 30 years, what jobs will AI replace? Humans won't be doing these jobs anymore, only AI. Which jobs do you think AI will replace in the next 20 to 30 years? Soldiers. Ooh, interesting. Okay, Hyewon Jun says soldiers. So we'll just have robot soldiers? I hope we won't have any wars, but yeah, I guess we'll need something to fight. Cashier and firefighter? Yeah. Unju Shin, I think that's an interesting one. Cashiers. I don't think we will have cashiers in 20 or 30 years. I think it will just be there's actually already stores like this in the US, Amazon stores, where there's no workers. No workers in the store. You go in to the store, you pick up what you need, you walk out. You don't scan the items. You pick up what you need and you walk out. And when you walk out, it automatically scans everything in your bag or your basket, and automatically you pay it with your Amazon account. It just automatic. You walk in, you grab it, you walk out. I think that's the future. I think in the future we won't stop and scan things, and it'll just be automatic, which is pretty cool. Cleaning ladies, Hyunju Kim says, no more cleaning ladies. We'll just have robots for cleaning it. We're already getting there. We have the little Roombas, the little robots that clean floors. Hyewon Jun says delivery man, post foods, etc. Firefighters from Unjushin too. Yeah, lots of dangerous jobs, lots of delivery jobs that could be done 24 hours a day. Yeah, AI is definitely, and robots are going to start taking over jobs more and more and more. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. I think that, especially the dangerous jobs like firefighters, it's better if humans don't have to go into danger. Delivery man, that's a dangerous job in Korea. Delivery men have a very difficult job in Korea. If robots could do that for them, it would be much, much better. But then what happens, here's my next question. If AI takes over all of these jobs, how do people get jobs? How do people make money? If, for example, what if in 20 years, a robot takes my job? A robot becomes a teacher and teaches people. What can I do? How can I make money? What do you think? Isabel says medical professionals, yeah. Yep, they're definitely better. Machines are better at detecting diseases and developing medicines and things like that. I'm sure we could do 20 or 30 years is going to be amazing. But for money, I think that universal, just monthly payments will become the norm. I think that that's going to become a normal thing. And some countries in Europe already do it, where every citizen gets, like, for example, 200만 won a month. If you have a job or don't have a job, you automatically get this money every month. And I think that's going to become normal. Yeah, Ian Suk says make programs. Yeah, similar. Yeah, kind of same idea. That's why people behind the scenes are trying the Great Reset. Yeah, the Great Reset. We're just doomed, says Isabel. Yeah. But this is what's fun for me to think about is, I'll go back to this so you can see it. The reason that this AI curve is so much higher than the human intelligence curve, there's a reason for it. This is not somebody just thinking about it and guessing. There's a very good reason behind this. Now, I forget the name of the law, the name of the theory, but there's a law that says every year technology advances by 100%. It doubles every year. So, for example, I'll just give you an easy example to understand. A computer now, like for example, my computer that I'm using right now, maybe uses 4 gigabytes of RAM. 4 gigabytes of RAM. Next year, computers will be using 8 gigabytes of RAM. The next year, it will double again, 16 gigabytes of RAM. The next year, it will double to 32 gigabytes of RAM. The next year, 64 gigabytes of RAM. The next year, 128 gigabytes of RAM. 256, 512, 1028. It doubles each year. Technology doesn't go up steadily, it goes up sharply. It keeps going up more and more and more and more. To illustrate this, think about the past 30 years. Okay, the past 30 years of technology. So from 1992 until now, 2022. Technology that we have right now in 2022, how is it different from 1992? Very different. Everything is different. In 1992, most people didn't have cell phones at all. Cell phones were these huge things that were very, very, very expensive. Most people did not have cell phones in 1992. Laptop computers? Laptops were incredibly expensive and very slow. The internet, Google didn't exist in 1992. The internet existed, but very primitive, very simple. There was no YouTube. People were still using their phones to connect to the internet. Isabel says cell division, exactly like cell division. Cells divide quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and faster and faster and faster. So the past 30 years have been an incredible amount of advance in technology. If I traveled back in time, if I had a time machine and I could go to 1992 Josh and tell 1992 Josh, this is the technology that's going to happen in 30 years. 1992 Josh would not believe me. The technology is too crazy what we have now. We have these things that go in our pocket that we can they can do anything. They can tell us anything. It's amazing. In 30 years, what will we have? In 2052, it'll be even more. It'll be more of an advance. It's always going faster and faster, and it's just incredible to think about what could happen in good ways. But again, AI can also be bad. So who knows? Maybe in 20 or 30 years, everything will be a utopia. Maybe it will be a worse dystopia. I don't know. Okay, that's about, let me close these. I had this, but we don't really have time for this right now. We've already talked about this a little bit too. So I'm just going to go back to this, the high-tech English. That's my lesson for today. I hope you've enjoyed it about AI. Maybe it made you think about a few things. Maybe you'll notice when you're using AI more nowadays. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for participating in the live chat. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow is Parents' Day. If you haven't bought flowers for your parents, please do so. Get them a little gift. Take them out to dinner maybe. Enjoy the weather. It's a lovely day. I'm going to go outside right now. And have a good day. Have a good weekend. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Bye now.